Give me 1 sec. Alright, and we're live. So what's up everyone? My name is Thomas, and you are here on my live stream where I'll be going through on how I kind of edit my picture using Lightroom. I'm not like a professional photographer or photo editor, but I'm interested in this process. I'm trying to get better at it. So this is just kind of what I learned throughout just kind of browsing through online, looking at other examples, and hopefully we can learn something together, I guess. I'm not gonna use like any preset for this because I want this to be like general from the ground up on how the process of how you should edit instead of just step on a preset like I have here. I do have some preset that I bought, which is on which I used before, and some of them are actually pretty good. But today I want to try to just go from the ground up, just like no preset available. I guess I can use that as an inspiration, but other than that, I want to try to be general as possible. So yeah, here we go. So I guess a little background on this picture. So I was visiting my friend in Seattle, and we went on like a hike and trail. Not a trail, just kind of like on the port area. And I just found this background really interesting, and I like how he's like sitting in between like the rails, so it kind of has like a symmetrical feel to it. And I like the lighting as well. We went out like evening, so the lighting wasn't that harsh, and it was really shady, so it works really well. So the process of going through, there's pretty much three steps on how on editing a picture. It's like you edit the light first, the lighting, and then the color, and then the last is detail. So I'm gonna go through that process, and I think the first thing to do is crop, like just like a general crop would be fine. Ideally, for this, I want him to be at the center. I mean, I could do have him looking to the left, like this. But for this, I kind of want him to be in the center. But I can always change it later on. So yeah. Probably not gonna crop it too much. I want the sky to be in the background. So for this, I think I can still crop it later on, but for now, this should be fine. And then next, if I do white balance, so this is pretty. Sorry. Alright, so this is pretty blue, like a little bit. So I'm probably gonna not that much, probably just like 2. Or like maybe even 4, just a tiny little bit. Or I can go a little bit more blue. Make the clouds stand out more. I feel, yeah, this is the beauty of photo editing, and it's like it's super subjective. You can go one style. I think the style I'm going for right now, it's like I want it to be a little bit gloomy. I like a little bit darker side. So probably just not gonna change this much. Maybe, yeah, let's try going down. It's too much. Actually, for now, let's try just do 3. Sorry, every time you hit enter, it keeps transitioning on my OBS. Alright. So for now, let's do that. Let's do white balance on the color yellow to be a little bit like 3 or 4 maybe, and then that's because I can always change it back later. But let's do the exposure. I like the exposure. Maybe just bring it down a little bit. Like, no, that's too much. No. Let's do 0 for now. Also, I remember double clicking it can go back to 0. Or another thing I learned is that you can also go auto, and then Lightroom will adjust it like based on what you think it is. And then this is also another good strategy is that you can do auto on the tone, and then just kind of see if you like it or not. If you don't like it, you can go back to it. But this is a good start to see how your photo could look. It's actually not that bad. The Lightroom, the highlights are pretty good. I'm actually gonna turn the vibrant down a little bit because I want this picture to be a little bit gloomy, like not that. So I'll probably do 0 for now. So the contrast, maybe I can do a little bit lower than that. Kind of want to blend in. And then the highlights. So highlights pretty much are just the white. And the shadow, I might bring the shadow down a little bit. Or the black a little bit down. Let me see how it goes. And maybe my white down a little bit. I don't know if I'm any texture or I like the way it is as of now. Saturation, no. Again, for this style, I want it to be a little bit more darker side, much more gloomy side. So probably even, yeah, maybe even negative like 3 or 4. Maybe even more than that. Let's do 5 for now. Exposure, I like it a little bit much, just a tiny little bit darker, so I can bring the exposure down a little bit. Alright, and then next I'm gonna do is the tone curve, and based on what people heard or based on like a lot of professional, tone curve it's pretty much one of the most like important step because that's kind of what adjusts the shadow and the highlight, like even finer detail. So probably gonna do the point method, the S curve. So probably you do 3 point in a line, and then you try to make an S curve, like just a tiny little bit. So maybe I'll adjust this a little bit, not too much. But I think ideally you want to bring this up a little bit. Or the black at the end up a little bit. And then you can move this up. This middle pop a little bit higher. Maybe. Oh, sorry. Again, you want to have a tiny little bit of S curve. So you want to like soften this not too much, and then maybe move this up a little bit. I can move this down a little bit more. Move the middle highlights a little bit. Move this down a little bit more, probably a little bit. Could be soften that back. Yeah, alright, for now I'm gonna leave it like that. Again, I can always come back and kind of fix it a little bit. I kind of like this a little, maybe a little bit lower. Alright, for now I'm gonna leave it like that. You know, he's a little bit, not the, you know, the subject's not too bright. I like the, like how a little bit, there's a little bit of light right here. Let's go down. And then now the color. Let's see. Kind of don't want to mess with the color that much. Maybe the green a little bit. I like the grass, maybe a little bit. Yeah, so probably I might just adjust the green a little bit. Yeah, the green can be a little bit down a little bit. I actually kind of liked the vibrant green-ish. And split tone is the same thing. You know, you change the hue and saturation based on the highlight and shadow, so pretty much the light and the dark. Probably not gonna play around with much with this. Maybe on the bluish for the or maybe even the blue, like the sky. Look at how much it changes just a little bit. I might make the blue much darker and the saturation blue a little bit. That's a pretty cool effect. With just the sky, the saturation, we bring the saturation down in blue, so the water and the cloud is a little bit dark. You know, like gloomy, like kind of what I was going for. So I might bring the saturation down for the blue. Maybe a little more extreme. So let's do negative 40. Alright. And then maybe the green too, the grass, maybe just a little bit, make it a little bit darker on the grass. And the trees right here. Alright. Alright, I guess the next thing I can do is the detail. Probably just gonna... I think this is pretty high detailed already, so I don't think I need to do that much sharpening. Maybe just a little bit, like... Maybe not even that much at all. Maybe even add a little bit of noise. Actually, I might do the blue just a little bit. The blue may... actually... So that's a negative 55. And maybe for the hue, I can do... Alright, there we go. Probably not gonna touch luminous that much. Again, maybe just adjust the green in the back a little bit, make it much more darker-ish in the blue of the sky. You know, makes it the cloud shape, make it, you know, can make it stand out a little bit more. So yeah, I actually like this. I like how the cloud has the shape pops up a little bit. So yeah, maybe I can bring the luminous on the blue just a little bit down. Again, pop a negative 55. And the green, make it pop up more. Even more, I can even do this more. Negative 60. Oops. Let's do negative 60. I like how the green is a little bit, you know, much darker, and then the cloud, you know, pops up more with the shape, with the shadows, and the dark really highlights it, you know. I don't want to change too much. I think this is just like really good lighting at the time, and I think I really like how it looks. I guess the best detail that I can do is probably just with the brush and just kind of paint the area that I kind of want to adjust, but I might make the subject brighter just a little bit. So probably, if it doesn't work, I probably won't really adjust as much, but I can make the subject pop a little bit more. Maybe, nope, it's too much. Maybe that's even a lot, because you don't want to make it so unnaturally. Just a little bit, and then the contrast. Maybe just bring the contrast down a little bit. Well, actually, maybe bring the contrast up a little bit. And then maybe I can bring the highlights just a little bit. And then the shadow, just a tiny little bit. So I don't want to make too much of a bit adjustment. Just want to make it a little bit stand out more. You know, since he is the subject. So actually, I want the black to be a little bit. I'm not gonna change the black that much. Maybe even the white too. The whites I might just make it just a little bit. Again, just a tiny little bit. Nothing too much. And then again, you can adjust the brush with an edit. There we go, brush size. Maybe a little bit smaller and just kind of paint him more, just a little bit. So far, I like it. It's not a huge adjustment, you know, compared to the before and after. Again, my goal is not trying to make big adjustment. Kind of just want to make the subject pops out a little bit, and kind of make. I feel like it could be a little bit too vibrant. Maybe I can bring. Maybe I can bring the vibrant and saturation down just a little bit. -5. Again, you know, I want this to be a little bit, you know, on the darker and gloomy side. So maybe, but not too much. Maybe even less than that. Let's try both -5 first. Just a little bit. I kind of like it. It's a little bit dark and gloomy, but I kind of like it. Maybe even more. Oh, oops. Sorry. But yeah, like I said, I like it to be just a little bit. So probably -5. Alright. I think this is just like the basic on how to edit. But I think I'm gonna call it for the day. Because again, this can go on for hours and hours, just kind of nitpicking, you know, even do another brush and just select the back area. But just overall, like, I really like this. It's not that bad, I think. Oh, and last but not least, you want to crop it 4:5 because it's Instagram. If you want to post it on Instagram, 4:5 is probably ideal. The ratio. Maybe I can. This is still 4:5. Maybe actually I like it a little bit more bigger. Sorry. Alright. Like I said, if you want to post it on IG, your ratio wants to be 4:5 or 8x10, and then you just, like I said, I kind of want him in the center. So I like the wheels back here, and then even though he's looking to the screen to the left, I guess you can play around with it. But I think for this one, I like it when with him just in the center, so I'm gonna do that. And there you go. This is kind of the process of how I edit. Pretty much is the lighting, the color, and the detail at the end. Again, like I said, you can go and edit this forever, nitpicking everything and finding the right color, even if we're going for a different style. But as of now, this is how I edit in Lightroom. And thank you for joining me. And have a